After being sidelined by Hurricane Helene last week, the POTA Babe tries to activate 2 parks today. Is she successful? Stick around and find out. Hi, I'm Teri, Kilo Oscar 4 Whiskey Foxtrot Papa, also known as the POTA Babe. Welcome to my channel if you're new. And if you're a subscriber, thanks for rejoining me. I'm sorry to say we're going to have some traffic noise in the background because of where I am today. I'm at a park. I'm outside. I'm at Griffin Ridge Wildlife Management Area. I did an activation this morning at Morgan Lake Wildlife Management Area, which is across the street from this place. And here I am later this morning, it's 11:05. Here I am later this morning to activate this park as well. I wanted to talk a little bit about wildlife management areas and why I activate in them and the pros and the cons. If you have subscribed to QRPeer.com and read my articles, you'll note that I activate quite a few wildlife management areas, and that's because they are plentiful, which is one of their advantages. There are 163 in the state of Georgia, 38 within 75 miles of my home QTH. So it makes sense if you're trying to activate 60 new parks in a year that you'd want to work a few of those in. Another advantage of these parks is I don't have antenna restrictions. At least I haven't discovered any yet. And when I asked Georgia Department of Natural Resources employees about that, they kind of look at me like, huh? Because they don't deal with ham radio operators very often. I think they're mostly dealing with fishermen and hunters. So I can throw up my antennas pretty much where I want and which antenna I want to use. Another advantage is I get to bring Daisy with me. You'll notice in the last few videos that she's not been present. And that's because I went to historic sites as well as a refuge. And both of those places do not allow dogs. The historic site, you can have them on the property, but you can't have them in the building. And of course, that's where the museum exhibits are. And I wanted to get those in my article and my video. Let's see, what else? It's nice to bring her. And I enjoy that, and she enjoys that. It's a chance for us to get outside and have a good time together. Any other advantages I can think of? No. Oh yes, there is another one, and that's that I get the park to myself generally. I rarely meet people out here. If I do, it's people passing through. They're going from one part of the park to another. And generally, I'm out of the way where my antennas are not even an issue, because I make sure I set up off the road. Of course, my partner Glenn W4WFP would say, that's not an advantage, that's a disadvantage. He doesn't like me being out in these parks all by myself, which I don't blame him. Some of them are very remote. The one today is right off the road, a very busy road, but most of the time they're remote. And that's oftentimes why I bring Daisy, in addition to letting her get outside and have a good time as well. But I find generally, if I do run across people, they're usually pretty nice and leave me alone. A couple more disadvantages. I get to wear this beautiful, chic orange, blaze orange vest. I also have a cap right here. It's not on my head right at the moment because I'm filming, but yes, you are required to wear blaze orange. I also have a vest for Daisy that when we're out walking around, and I wear it year-round in a WMA because of poaching. It does happen, and I certainly don't want to be shot by accident. Another issue that can be a problem is cell service. This morning, I couldn't believe it. I could actually access the internet, which means I could access the POTA website and spot myself and call QRT. But that oftentimes is not the case. In fact, sometimes I'm so remote, like I think Tuckahoe was one of those places that I had no cell service and couldn't even text anybody to say, please spot me. So what I've started doing to address that issue is posting frequencies on which I will be found I might be up one or down one from those frequencies in case they're occupied at the moment, but I'm hoping that that will help people find me when they see that I'm activating. Another issue can be that the WMAs, the quality of them are all over the map. Some of them I like Yuchi and Takaho, you know, really nice, nice dirt roads into them. This one, if you see behind me, there's a nice dirt road into it, and I bet driving back in there would be pleasant. But I'm on a time crunch today, so I'm going to set up near the entrance and just go ahead and get this one in the books if I can. But some of them are nice. They have archery ranges, rifle ranges, and then some of them, like the one I went to this morning, which was Morgan Lake, was honestly dumpy. So, you know, you just never know what you're going to find. But I enjoy getting out to them, and that's the whole adventure with POTA, right? You learn to expect the unexpected. You never know what's going to happen. So why don't we go ahead and get this activation here at Griffin Lake started. See you in a bit. Well, guys and gals, this is a very happy POTA Babe. These were 2 good activations today, and you never know what you're going to get when you do POTA, right? So this morning I activated Morgan Lake, and I have 15 calls, assuming none of those are busted. And then at my second park, Griffin Ridge, I had 39, including some park-to-parks. I'm glad that I put up the tent shelter above us because the sun has started to come out intermittently, and we would be roasting over here if I hadn't done that. If I had to look at both of these 2 parks and see which ones I would go back to, I would not go back to Morgan Lake. That just was not the least bit impressive. But Griffin Ridge I like. It reminds me a little bit of Canoochee, which I've been to in the past, except it's nicer than Canoochee, I think. I would not set up right next to the road and the information kiosk, which is where I am today. I did that because I was short on time. I think next time I would take one of these roads further back and find a place to set up back away from just the noise. There were a couple weak signals that I had a difficult time listening to, or not listening to, but hearing, because of the road noise behind me. They were 229s, they were very faint, but I think almost all of those I managed to pull out. I really try to do that. If people try to contact me, I try to get a hold of them. So I'm happy. This was great. I really enjoyed my time out today. Where will I show up next? As I say in my articles on QRPR.com, stay tuned.